Hello there, this is Kaos Nova and I'm here to tell you that the wait is over. What wait, may you ask? Well, the wait for Command Conquer Remastered Collection to finally work on Codeweavers crossover. It's been almost 3 years since they released the Remastered Collection on Steam and EA and the EA app, which was at the time Origin, but now there's the EA app. So in the meantime, as I showed in the previous episode, the EA app is not functional, as in you can't really start up the apps in EA app yet. Hopefully the issues will be ironed out so that some Windows apps from EA will actually work on your Mac. But in the meantime, while there is a setback in terms of the EA app, there is a triumph for the moment that on Steam, the Command Conquer Remastered Collection featuring Tiberian, Dawn, and Red Alert now works on Codeweavers crossover. So you can now play this Remastered Collection on Mac that was originally for Windows for a while, for almost 3 years, which is great. It's great. I'm one of those people who bought it not long after it was released as the Remastered Collection, and the Remastered Collection features the functionality of playing the game in HD or 4K, and it also contains archives of cutscenes and behind-the-scenes footage, never before released for Command & Conquer games. It's worth checking out in addition to playing the games again on modern systems. And while there will be some ironing out, Codeweavers crossover has made some great leaps forward with the DirectX update. They have their own tutorials, and you can check out their channel. I have in the cards, as well as a link to the YouTube channel of Codeweavers in the description. And there's also the option of joining the Codeweavers community and help share what you have learned. And that's part of why I created this Chaos Tutorials series here on YouTube, is because I realized, I've been using Codeweavers for years, since they were, relatively new. And I realized that, why not share what I have learned in terms of getting my apps to work on Mac? So that's what I decided to do. And in the meantime, as you see in the ending screen, and that you'll see in the cards in the description, is you can take a look at my series on getting apps that you may not think work on Codeweavers working. And also for this particular app, there is the issue of getting Steam optimally installed. So I have a video that I made some time ago that still works very well for installing Steam on Codeweavers crossover. So check it out. It still works for crossover 23.7, which is the version I'm currently using at the time of this upload. So now that we have this set aside, let's go check out the CNC or Command & Conquer Remastered Collection. So we have both Tiberian Dawn, which was called Command & Conquer on release in 1995, but they renamed it Tiberian Dawn in the 2000s, which, Tiberian Dawn is more of a fitting title, but to be fair, it was back when they were starting in 1995, they likely didn't know how many sequels would be made or what would happen to the series after the original game, so they renamed it Tiberian Dawn. So you can play in this one as the Brotherhood of Nod, or the Global Defense Initiative, or GDI, fighting a world war over the resource of Tiberium, as well as over the desire to see who will control the world. Will the United Nations-based Global Defense Initiative, or GDI, control the world, or will the terrorist organization known as the Brotherhood of Nod, which is a widespread rebellion throughout much of the second and third world countries, will they control the world and control Tiberium? An interesting first game of its time. It was inspired by the Dune games, or DOS, released somewhat earlier with Dune and Dune 2, also RTS games, and essentially the grandfather of the RTS genre. So the Dune games have a special place in my heart as well, inspired by Frank Herbert's series of novels about Dune, named for the planet Arrakis in the sci-fi series. Now there is also Red Alert, and Red Alert is the prequel to Tiberian Dawn, or the Tiberian series. Now there's divergence when you go into the Red Alert sequels. However, to me it's uncertain, given that every single Red Alert game happens before 1995. And 1995 is when the Tiberium asteroid hits the Earth, and then the events get set aside and set off leading up to the first Tiberian War. So there you go with Tiberian Dawn. And with Red Alert, you get to play as the Allied powers or the Soviet powers. This is caused because a time travel experiment was performed in an alternate universe by Albert Einstein. He went back in time and killed Hitler before Hitler took over Germany. In effect, by killing Hitler before he took over Germany, he created a power vacuum which the Soviets filled. And now there's a new World War II, but this World War II involves Allied powers similar to what we had in World War II, minus the Soviets, which are the replacement of Germany. And in essence, it's a way of saying that, yes, you could try and change the past, but would you like the kind of future that you create by altering that past? Sure, you created Hitler, but you caused a different kind of World War II. And this prequel gets interesting with a lot of the same features, although developed somewhat more primitively. But as a release in this remastered collection, it is great to have. It is great to play this classic game with the Soviets versus Allies and have somewhat different factions with a different kind of World War II due to an alternate timeline. So all in all, as a great gift to us at the end of the year, thanks to you, Codeweavers, we now have the beginnings of getting the remastered collection working on Mac using Codeweavers Crossover 23.7. So now, in the meantime, let's say thank you to Codeweavers. And if you are a regular user such as myself, I would recommend you join the Codeweavers community. We get to share what we learned about how to get these apps running together on the Codeweavers forums. So I invite you to come if you are a user of Codeweavers Crossover. I've had a long delay in joining this community and being a participant on these forums, but I realized better late than never. So, as someone who took a while to get into this Codeweavers Crossover community, after using Crossover for a while myself, I decided, why not? Why not be part of a bigger group where we get to share our knowledge and what we learned about getting these apps from Windows working on Mac. In the meantime, it's just great to have these old games running on Mac again. It's the beginning of this triumph that started back with the update in Codeweavers Crossover version 23 of getting DirectX updated. Now we have more recent games such as Diablo 4 running. We have a number of other games besides Diablo 4 you can go see on the Codeweavers website. They have their own tutorials. But after I go through this conclusion and the credits, I recommend you take a look at the two playlists I have on the ending screen. One is me showing you how things work on Codeweavers Crossover. The other one is how I give some video editing tips using Wondershare Filmora, iMovie, and potentially other video editing apps. Besides these two that I mentioned of iMovie and Wondershare Filmora. So I recommend checking out either of these playlists shown on the ending screen. And if you really want to stay up to date with this channel and all this wonderful news of how Windows on Mac porting is going, I recommend you subscribe to the channel. It keeps you updated. Thank you very much. I'm going to be off to another great episode, and I look forward to seeing you there as well. Be safe out there, and I'll be...
Hi everyone, Kaos Nova here, and I just want to show some basics on my channel here. I've got some recommended channel. This is introduction. I have a nice introduction for those who are visiting my channel homepage for the first time, to explain the ins and outs. I have a couple of extra places here on my channel. I have my merchandise store for you to check it out. I'm just updating it. So just some fun merchandise. T-shirts, shoes, cups, mouse pads, cell phone stickers, coffee mugs, etc. Nice little place. Also, something for showcasing episodes is you can reach me on my Facebook page. Send me a Facebook message and include, let's just say showcase contributions, and have a link of that video. When you do, follow me on Facebook too. I've got some nice things there. Also, I've got Instagram for just showing some jokes and memes and announcements such as Tron Ares happening and other pop culture things that I view. So I recommend the Instagram page. And I also have a Rumble. My Rumble channel is mostly focused on doing hobby stuff, and some things are not found on YouTube, but they are found on my Rumble, so I recommend checking out the Rumble channel. And that should conclude it. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I am going to be signing off. Hi everyone, Kaos Nova here, and this is the ending of the video presentation on Chaos tutorials. And here's the deal: if you want to see more of my tutorials on getting your old games to work on Mac, and you want to see more tutorials on how to do various other tasks, such as very cheap ways to make YouTube videos that still look decent, and much more, feel free to subscribe. And if you want to be among the first to get each video, hit the notifications. And please, if you enjoy liking this, your vote still counts, so please click the like with a big thumbs up. All right, you have a wonderful day, and I'll be signing off.